watching that video is so disgusting. It's wicked. And it triggered me, man. Like, I'll never get over that situation. For 5 years, man, they knew.
What's up, you guys? We are back for another highlight. And this time, we're covering the celebrity realm, okay? Rickey Smiley recently announced that he found out that he had 2 twin girls who are now 5 years old. He found out when they were 4 that they were his via DNA test, and that he met them on their 5th birthday. No, not met them. Let me correct that. He introduces himself as their father on their 5th birthday. Now, this story is a bit strange. When I first seen it, like, on my timeline, I was like, oh my God. My automatic thoughts, and I'm not going to hold you, was, what woman got pregnant by Rickey Smiley and, like, kept this a secret under lock? Like, why? What happened? And it was like, oh, I hate when females do that, da-da-da-da-da. But then when I went and listened to the interview clip of Rickey Smiley and him explaining that he knew these girls and these girls had been in his life, so much so hanging out at his home and other places with his grandchildren, I had a bunch of questions because how is this possible? And then the interviewer asks Rickey Smiley, like, you never looked at them and was like, oh, they look like me. And he like, no. He was like, pretty much admitting he saw some similarities, but he bypassed it because he hadn't had any children since his youngest child, before he found out he had the twins. That excuse makes no sense, okay? Now, my question about this scenario is this. Why wouldn't Rickey Smiley question the paternity of these twins? So, obviously, you was dealing with this girl, okay? And then she was dealing with someone else, whether y'all broke it up or whatever. And then all of a sudden, boom, she's pregnant. She's having children. And I mean, Rickey Smiley seems like a pretty smart guy. So if she had these children, or he found out she was pregnant, something in him didn't go, wait a minute, you pregnant? How far along are you? Could they be mine? And even just because of who he is, I would think, but maybe not, maybe I'm doing too much, thinking too far into it. But I would think because of his status that something like this wouldn't be a thing that he would allow to bypass. Like, let's go ahead and get this DNA test, swipe it, and make sure they're not mine, because this pregnancy dates is a little bit too close for comfort, and I don't want something like this coming out and blowing up my spot. You know what I'm saying? If it is. So now I'm wondering, like, was she dealing with both of them at the same time? I started to wonder, was this a creep situation? Did Rickey Smiley overlook this possibility because maybe he was dealing with her and he wasn't supposed to? Was this just a fluke? Like, oh, she said it wasn't mine, so I let it be. But the minute that you saw these babies and you said, I see some similarities, something looking a little familiar, I would have had to double back and double down on that. You sure these ain't my babies? Well, let's go ahead and clear the air. It don't cost nothing for y'all to come out your pocket and get a DNA test. So I am a bit confused. And then I came across the video of the young man who allegedly is the person that was in these children's lives, and then ultimately found out he's not the daddy. Now, his response has me feeling like they played on his top, but we only know what's being brought to social media. I don't know if we'll find out more. If anything will hit the internet. Excuse me, you guys, but something seemed a little off about this scenario. Maybe I'm putting too much sauce on it because he's a celebrity and I'm expecting too much. But Rickey Smiley is an older gentleman, and he seems responsible, like he got his stuff together. And I just can't fathom, like, a girlfriend you was smashing pops up pregnant and you don't question, like, the paternity. And then on top of that, the girls are around you and in your life this entire time. And you looking at them like, oh, they kind of look like me. But don't, like, shorty. Like, what's up? I don't know. Y'all feel where I'm coming from? Am I tripping? What are y'all thoughts on this?
For 5 years. The mama in on it. The grandma in on it, and the real victims are those twin girls and her oldest daughter. And he been calling her his daughter too, man.
Ready for this? Their whole life. They've been coming over to Grayson birthday parties and play dates, playing on the swing set. all of that stuff. Phone calls when they were sick. What should I do? Should I give them this?
You did not feel any sort of connection. You did not see anything that's like, dang, that reminds me of me, or that reminds me of my son or my daughter.
I just thought since I was older that I had no idea, because I haven't had no kids since Malik. When I tell you that's the first time I saw the sun again during that dark hour, the sun came back out.
How old were they when you found out you were the father?
4, almost 5. And on their 5th birthday, I went into their house as their father. Hey everybody, thank y'all for checking out my interview. Thank y'all for the kind and positive comments. Sometimes people just want to share. I just couldn't be showing my grandkids and other kids and don't share that blessing with you as well. God is good.